I'll start in a few minutes until the last few persons have joined in to watch the stream. So I'll just drive around and have some fun until then.
Your car has too much damage. We've got to fix it.
Alright, I think it's about time to get started now. And yeah, welcome to the tutorial for Charlotte Road. I will apologize to begin with. I am a little bit sick, so I have a sore throat, and yeah, my nose is not properly either. So I'll try to do it quick and neat, so I can get back in bed pretty fast. Okay, so yeah, Charlotte Road is a very very important to keep the momentum up on this track. It got some not so many tight corners. It got some fairly quick corners leading into a straight, and then we got the last corner, which is the last corner before the oval starts again, which is quite important. Yeah, but before I start with the track guide itself, I'll just tell the usual stuff with the steering, and that is left hand is at 9 o'clock, your right hand is at 3 o'clock, and you cannot turn the wheel more than this. Okay, maybe I just have to straighten it out. You cannot turn the wheel more than this, so when you turn left, your right hand is on top, and when you turn the opposite way, it's obviously your left hand on top. You cannot turn more than that, even though let's say the car understeers. The correct way is not to steer more when the car understeers, is to open up the steering and steer less. Yeah, so it will stop understeering. Also, I got questions about very tight corners like a hairnail corner. If you cannot turn more than the same amount as this, and the answer is no. This is the maximum you can turn in every single car on every single track in this service. Alright, that's the technical bit, and now I'll start the track guide. I'll just reverse so I can get to turn 1 and talk about the braking point for this one. That was pretty poorly done. I need a e-brake. Anyway, here's the start-finish line, and I've seen thousands of times people brake too late in this corner, and what happens then? They run wide and hit the wall on the exit. The thing is, it's pretty hard to judge your speed here, because you don't have a lot of reference points. Of course you have the crowd or all the seats to the right, but when you're just traveling along a wall and focus on the apex, it can be difficult to judge the speed. And also you first will notice it when you start turning on the wheel. And yeah, when you start turning, it can be too late, and you just wash wide into the wall. Yeah, my braking point is obviously there's a lot of draft on this track, so if you got a huge draft, you have to brake a little bit earlier and don't use the normal braking point. But if you are on your own doing around 203, 204 kilometers per hour, your braking point is just after the white line, around here. You could say just before the Coca-Cola sign here on the wall, or around this red, yeah, thing that's a part of the Charlotte Road logo. Another thing is, when you start braking at this point, you don't want to be extremely close to the wall on the right hand side, because as you can see, there's a slight lift kink if you continue it on the oval, and that means the wall is not going straight. If I was braking straight now, I would hit the wall, and that meant if I wanted to turn the car away from the wall when braking, I had to lift a little bit off the brake and then steer it away and then on the brakes again. So it's important that when you start braking, you are in an angle so you won't hit the wall, outside wall. And that means you cannot be 100% alongside it. So around here is fine. And that also means if you're braking in a straight line now, you will get close to the outside wall. Alright. Yeah, again, this corner is pretty difficult. A lot of people, they turn in too early. And that can also make you hit the wall on the outside. So turn in very late, or not very late, but later than you normally would. Stay in 4th gear. 3rd gear, if you are not 100% confident, is easier to get around. But when you make the downshift, you have to be very careful that you don't over rev the engine. Yeah, basically the car will, or the engine will blow up if you do that. So be careful if you downshift the 3rd gear. It will give you a little bit of turn in on entry, but you have to make the gear change fairly early, so there are good and bad things about that. But if you are right on the limit and is fairly good at know what kind of speed you are traveling, so you won't go too fast into the corner, 4th gear is the best option, and is also the quickest. Alright, around here I'm 4th gear, I turn in. I cut the grass a slight bit, not too much, slight bit, and travel out to the exit. And obviously get as close as you can, but in the races I recommend to have a safety distance, especially if you are following a guy who's not as experienced, or he might just hit the wall, and if he hits the wall, he suddenly stands still and you will hit him. So safety margins is sometimes good. And yeah, in this left-hander, don't turn in too early and be alongside the wall. Travel out here as I do, and then start turning in now. So you will come in at this angle. That means that you will stay pretty far to the left. Instead of going to the right on the exit, you will be on the left on the exit of this turn. And that will open up the next turn. Then my braking point is this road on the left that comes out from that look-alike gas station. Or it's actually Domino's, I can see. Pizza. Anyway, brake here. Stay in 4th gear. You might say this is very early, and it is, but again, it's about keeping a high rolling speed mid-corner, so braking early, lifting off, and here comes the crucial part. You can put the car on the inside of this white line. I usually have my left hand side of the wheels on the line, like this, and then I start to drag out. And when I start to drag out, I straighten up my wheel in this position. I go from 4th gear to 3rd gear, and I go straight, and I'm still braking, and I turn, I brake hard now, and then steer in again. This corner invites you to turn in early, but it tightens very much up on the exit. So it's important to stay out to the left a long time, and when you turn in, you have to have an angle like this, so just at the apex your left hand side of the wheel will hit the white line, and you are on full throttle. Travel all the way out to the exit. Sand, grass, what it is. Yeah, and then it's just full throttle, upshift fourth gear. This turn I turn in, make a small lift, back on full throttle, travel out, and I brake here. As you can see, there's not much of a braking marker right here, so it's a bit of on feel. I do the braking for this turn, sadly, but yeah, the important part is to brake early for the next turn. A lot of people brake very late and take a lot of speed around that turn, but that's it's maybe good now and you gain some time now, but when you have to start turning left, that left-hander is very tight for you if you carry a lot of speed in the next right-hander, and the next left-hander goes out to the straight. So the speed around this right-hander is not that important. It's the speed in the left-hander that's important, because 1 km per hour there difference will be 1 km per hour all the way down to the finish line. So that's a long way. So brake early for this, and you will have to downshift the third gear, brake, trail brake, start to turn in. You're trail braking. You can see this, it's not a curb, but it's some stone looking like thing. Don't hit this. First of all, it can give you an off track. Second of all, it will unsettle the car, and we don't want that. We want to have the maximum traction, especially because up here you're driving over a hilltop, and that will just unsettle the car even more. So if it's already unsettled, it will just get worse. So yeah, in third gear, don't hit it, get very close, and start to track out a little bit. Full throttle and full throttle now, and this is the maximum you can track out. Any further than that is just will lose you time in the next left hander. And you start turning back now, full throttle over the hill here, and now turn in here, lift off the throttle, don't brake, lift off the throttle, coast in, and when you are at the apex, full throttle, track out. I also see turn 1, and this corner is the one that breaks the most car on this track, because if you first get your right hand side of the tires out here, you will just continue straight into this fence. If you're lucky, you might spin the other way, but there's also a fence. So yeah, it's a tricky one. I cannot say that you have to have full throttle on the apex, because that's not entirely true. Maybe the first few laps, but when the tires starts to get worn out, yeah, you cannot do it anymore, and you have to judge it by feel a little bit. So yeah, it's a difficult one. Just do whatever you feel is safe in the race. You can lose 1/10 there and be safe, and then make it up on the straight in the draft. So don't be really put everything on the line. Alright, I should mention, when you drive up on the oval, you have to, it doesn't matter how you do it. If you are arriving in an angle like this, the entry will be very hard or very steep, and it will slow the car down. If you can get it to slowly drive up an oval like this, you will gain some time. The other thing is, I see a lot of people driving down here as well, taking the shortest way around this one. I can see the logic behind it, but you actually, when you get back here on the back straight, you are around 4 km per hour slower from driving down here than up here. So maybe you have gained, let's say, not 1/10, but less than 1/10 around here, you'll just blast by the ghost or your old time if you stay up here. So yeah, stay up on the oval, it's way quicker. Another thing is, when you change gear, is it also matters. When you're in 3rd gear, you need to change to 4th gear at 122 kilometers per hour. Like this, 122. Stay to the left, follow the white line, don't go to the right. A lot of people also go to the outside wall here. Don't do it, you travel extra distance, so don't. Yeah, and this is full throttle, obviously, full throttle. Change gear at 171, that was. Stay down, keep staying down, stay down. Hit the small apex, drift out, brake, turn in, very safe. Brake, straight line, way too much, way too much. I'll just continue here in another one. Lift, back on throttle, brake early, get the car turned in. Oh, I hit that one, stupid Jesper. To right, lift, throttle, track out, up and over. That up and over was a bit hard, but didn't cost me that much time. I'll just start to ride this. Oh, that was... This is difficult when driving. 64. Oh, god damn it.
Come in for the black flag or you'll be disqualified.
I was also terrible. I'll just try again. What the... I didn't expect that. What the...
Looks like your car is toast. You'll need to tow back to pit lane, press and hold your reset button, and we'll come and get you.
I'll try again. See if I can do it a little bit better next time. Almost crashed there. I blame the sickness for my driving. Or illness, I think it's called. Hopefully I'll do a decent lap and then quick walk through it and then end the tutorial because I don't feel that well. Try to do it quick. So far so good. exit, but anyway. Shift point is 203, it was there. We drifted. Yeah. Alright, that was a 22.347, so a decent lap. I guess we can look through that. Alright, the braking point should be around that Coca-Cola sign, not this one, but the next one. See if it is. Boop, boop, boop. Brake. Yeah, you can see I make the transition. The throttle go off and the braking builds up. Yeah, so this is your braking point. Downshift to 4th gear. And I just did that. And around here you can see I start turning already, and you'll see the pressure from the brake starting to decrease. There we go. That was a bit too quickly. Yeah, and I start to hit the throttle now, and full throttle on the apex. Strike out. If there any distance I could use. Yeah, I still got 20 centimeters I could use, but yeah, decent turn 1. Continue, and as you can see I stay out and then turn in late. Instead of running alongside the wall already, I now turn down so I get close to the wall, and that makes I'm on the left for the next right hander. Alright, about this one I should brake. I did it a little bit later. Now I'll start braking, we can see. So just passing this escape road, we can call it, you start braking. At it was a little bit too early, as I mentioned earlier. After is better, so do that. Alright, I start turning, braking, trail braking, hitting the line. Should start straighten out soon. Straighten out, 3rd gear, brake, and now full throttle already. That's where you win a lot of time if you can be on full throttle this early. I'll just pause it when I go back on throttle. Full throttle. This is full throttle, and I don't lift it until the next corner up here. So you can see I'm very early on full throttle. So full throttle all the way out on the exit. Continue. Alright, you'll see me turn in and then lift a little bit. Small lift, back on throttle, and then brake. I'll show you the technique I just used for the downshift very slowly. Look, straighten out the wheel, took 3rd gear, and then I go back to turn into the corner. If I was turning and making the downshift at the same time, I could end up locking up the rear wheels and it will spin. So that's a good technique to use, so that won't happen again. Straight out, 3rd gear, and then turn back. And you will see I'll trail brake, keep trail braking, trail brake a little bit, so adjusting on the throttle. And now I should go on 100% throttle. Bang, there we go. 100% throttle. Oh, that's way too slow. Going back to the right, and you will see I turn in and then lift. If you have to say, if you just turn in and lift this throttle 100% from 100% to 0%, you will get some lift off oversteer, and can be good on entry to get some rotation slash oversteer, but it can also end up in a big slide, and we don't want to do that. We want to have a good exit. So a tip could be lift off and stay some throttle on it, on the so it won't make that oversteer. I try to do it on entry, on the middle of the corner, when the car has settled again. I lift off again, 100%. I'll see if I do it here. So turn in, lift off. Should not go to 0%. No, it didn't. Keep some throttle on. Still keeping some throttle, and now I'm off. And I should go back on full throttle now. I did. And no lift. As you can see, full throttle, third gear, back, and up on the oval. And yeah, now it's just should be at 171. I should shift 171. Follow the white line here. Stay in 5th gear. The only time you have to change to 5th gear is if this speed says 203, then you change, because then it starts to bog down. If not, if it says 202, stay in 5th gear. That's it, 203 I have to change. Yeah, and that's pretty much a lap around Charlotte. A small quick guide. I won't do it any longer today because I don't feel that well. The thing I will do, I will save this lap and then upload it to the thread in the rookie section. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, and write some comments about this, so I can improve in the future. Thanks.